1, 2, oye, miércoles a la noche, mi gente, yo voy DJ Mike aquí con Scarlett, mywcwp.org, 89.7 FM. We got a special guest in the building today, Substance. What's good, baby?
What's going on, Mikey? How you doing?
Everything good, everything good. It's a pleasure to have you here with us today. Thank you for coming.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you.
So short notice, you know.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
We actually were talking about you last week. Scarlett, yeah. ¿Sí o no, Scarlett?
Claro.
That's a good look right there.
Yeah. Scarlett was like, yo, ¿quién es tu prima?
My cousin.
Her cousin.
Shout out to Francesca.
Yes,
Carol.
Frankie.
Tú tienes un flow bacano. I like your flow.
Thank you.
I ain't gonna front. I like your flow.
Thank you.
You
I
look,
appreciate
you look like me, just a little darker, a little cuter, you know.
Primo.
Primo, exactly. Bueno, vamos a empezar. You know, I got a couple of people listening right now, and then they actually text me, yo, who's this Substance person? I said, is he a rapper? No, it's actually a she, and I heard a track, and it's pretty dope, which we're gonna talk about later.
Cool.
But the name Substance, how you came up with that name?
Well, here's a funny story. I started rapping, I'll say about 6 or 7 years old. I started rearranging rap songs. And my name was Nicety. So I always thought I was like a mixture of sweet and sour. So nice and naughty. I came up with that name, not original. It was a song out called Nicety. So I started calling myself that. Then I was a big fan of MC Light, so I was on MC Light hard, so I started calling myself Little Light. But by the age of 13, 14, I did my first demo, and when we were doing the copyrights, we were sitting at the table, my mom and my uncle, and my mom was like, you can't come out as Little Light, you know what I mean? How you gonna come out as Little MC Light?
La luz pequeña.
The Little Light. So we sitting there, and she's just sizing me up, she's evaluating me, she looked me in my eyes, she's like, Substance. Everything you say got substance, and I was like,
nice.
okay, let's run with that.
That's deep. I like that,
So.
and it has meaning to it. And I can see you now that I've seen you personally, and I've met you, and I said, you know, I don't know you like that,
Yeah.
but we're gonna get to know each other from here on.
Oh.
And I'm telling you that I like you. You mentioned MC Light. What was some other artists that influenced you coming up, like?
Oh man, Biggie. I'm from Bed-Stuy originally, you know. So
Brooklyn. Shout out to Brooklyn.
Brooklyn in the building. Of course, Biggie, MC Light, and the early '90s rappers when rap was like flavorful. You had Busta Rhymes. You had he's always been a favorite. I always tune in to catch things that like Jadakiss says. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Clever rappers. Jay-Z, of course, can't deny Jay-Z.
Oh.
The great ones, the good ones that stick to the art. Those are the ones that influence me definitely. And hip hop in general, just the art form. I loved everything about hip hop.
Hip hop is your number one genre.
That's my number one. That's my number one genre. But music, believe it or not, I listen to jazz a lot. That's my.
I love jazz.
Jazz just gets me there. It gets my thoughts flowing and gets me in the right mood.
Those are great artists that influence you. So just by those artists being the ones that influence you, you're gonna see that over time you're gonna develop and you're gonna be just as good as them one day.
Oh,
That's how you're supposed to think. You're supposed to-
Haciendo lo que yo hago aquí, dando fotos.
That's what she loves. That's what she loves, man. We all have something we love. You know, Substance is an artist. You know, she has the art of being able to be on the mic and singing and rapping. I wish I had that art. But apart from this song that we're going to play in a few minutes, what other songs do you have?
The next one coming out, we're going to have a follow-up, a huge follow-up to the Wiz In Me. The next one is going to be Ready to Live, and I'm actually going to record Ready to Live in fully Spanish. So I'm going to release it, and I'm going to go hard with the Latino market with that.
So you're fluent in Spanish?
I'm pretty fluent in Spanish. I could do a little something.
Dime algo, tell me a little something.
Bueno, yo soy cantante, rapera, como quiere decir. Fascino la música, me gusta la música. Bueno, mi próximo canción lo voy a hacer en español, totalmente en español. Se llama Listo para Vivir.
Ready to Live.
All right.
That's right. There's a good book. It's called The Secret. I would like you. I don't know if you read it. Have you read it?
I live by the secret.
Yeah.
I'm here because of the secret.
Yeah, that's great to know. That's great to know. So
Yeah.
this song that you have that you just released, if I'm not mistaken, you released it yesterday?
Yes, I released it yesterday. It's available wherever music is sold. Thank God for that. It's available wherever music is sold. That means iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, iHeartRadio, you name it, it's everywhere. We actually started our radio campaign a couple weeks prior. We started with the internet and satellite radio, so I have a lot of listeners in Israel, Japan. I get a lot of hits off from them and a lot of likes and fans from them. Then we started the hardcore campaign with FM stations here in the States. So it's being played out in Florida heavy. Rutgers, they were the first actually to premiere the song before I released it. Then it hit Princeton and Ithaca. Now it's like just gone all over the place. And then I'm here at LIU Post.
That's it. Long Island University College Radio.
In full flesh and excitement. I love it. I'm really happy about this. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Well, let's get a little personal. Let's know a little bit more about you. How old is Substance?
Oh.
Substance is seasoned.
Yeah?
Yeah. Very much so, very much so. I'm very seasoned. Not a young buck. I'm very seasoned. I'm right in the groove. Not too young, not too old. I'm an 80s baby, hard body. So I come from that generation where music was still great, still good, you know?
You talk about music being great back then. Like, what do you think about music now?
I love what hip-hop has become just because to hear what the ears and the ideas of the youth, what they've been able to create is pretty interesting. For me personally, I grew up off of lyricists. The hip-hop in my time was big on, you know, lyrics and
MC,
straight up. It was about, you know, putting those words together, making that point, you know, those battle rhymes and telling stories and all of that. And I feel like truly that's lost right now. There's a lot of promotion of things that I wouldn't support, like drugs and all the sex talk and the alcohol. It's not something
all the big
I
booties,
choose.
all the drugs, the cars, the chains.
I choose not to use my gift to glorify those things. I choose to use my gift to empower and uplift and just speak life. So right now, you know, it's a bit boring to me, you know.
It's not boring.
It's lifeless.
I say it's tough because you're a real artist. You know, from what we're talking about right now, you're a real artist and you know where you're headed, you know where you want to get, what you want to get across. Now, at one point in time, don't you feel that you're going to have to go commercial? You're going to have to talk about, you know, because if you blow up, let's say tomorrow, after this show, you don't know who's listening right now. Like, I got my professor, Dante Morado, who's listening as well, and he's good friends with Rick Rubin. Who knows if Rick Rubin is saying, I want her.
Right.
I want to sign her. You know what I'm saying? And you blow up starting tomorrow.
I won't compromise my integrity.
And they tell you have to do a track about this, about Bentleys and Ferraris and chains.
I don't have a Bentley though.
You know what they say, we're gonna buy you one.
Then my music won't have substance if I'm rapping about something that I can't relate to.
And I respect that, you know what? That's what I wanted to hear. A lot of artists will be like, well, I'll go with the flow, I gotta do what I gotta do.
No,
that's not what it's about. Scarlett, ¿tú quieres preguntar alguna cosa antes de we get into the track?
Guys, if you have any questions, give us a call, 516-299-2790.
Yeah, you're gonna be with us for a little while, right?
Yes, Substance. I'm rocking out with LIU Post 89.7 FM.
Ya tú sabes.
Are we playing a song next?
Yeah, but let's talk about it a little bit antes, or let's talk about it after. How about that?
Play the song, yes, and then we analyze.
Tato.
Nonsense and the incompetent. We have zero tolerance for the nonsense and the incompetent. I was a lion, looking for courage. I was pretending, no heart, I was nervous. I was a scarecrow, walking in the rain, but I never knew the winter wasn't me.
I appreciate that.
I heard it like 5 times before you came in here. Just letting you know, I heard it now, and I try to listen to it a little bit more now that you were here. You know, so you can see that I'm into it. You know, like, yeah, he's actually listening.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Scarlett, how are you?
Dímelo. All right, Substance.
Yes.
Mikey says que estoy muy calladita aquí.
Oh, she has a beautiful voice, like.
Oh, sweet.
She has, and I want to hear it.
Thank you. All right, so let's talk about this track.
Okay, cool.
What inspired it?
Bullying is more of a severe problem than I think people have been realizing in the past. Bullying has a tendency to like build insecurities, like when it happens at a certain age, like those ages that preteen age where you start to like know who you are and identify with different areas of your life, like going into a pre-adulthood, the whole boyfriend, you start to discover more about yourself, and in that time frame, bullying can have a strong effect. It can pretty much make or break someone's character. So it's like you either battling most of your life with the lie that you're being told from being bullied during those time frames, or you going so hard to not be what you've been told. You know what I mean? It's just such an influential time period. That's why this is a message that I definitely want in schools. You know, the middle school, high school age group where, you know what I mean, they're approaching the real world and have to battle those insecurities. You know, bullying has a tendency to put kids in fear. Bullying not only happens in kids, that's for one. It can happen in adults. It can happen at your job. It can happen with your parents. Your parents telling you you got to go to school to be a doctor, and you have no desire to be a doctor, but you're afraid and you have to do what you're... That's a form of bullying in itself. But to bring it back, kids go through these things and they don't talk about it. So they just have these beliefs within them and these insecurities and these things that they have to battle within themselves, and they don't know how to even deal with it. You know what I mean? And it just ruins like socializing.
Now let me ask you, have you been bullied before?
I have been bullied in different periods of my life.
Where you at?
Where they at? Different periods of my life I have been bullied. And then there were periods in my life where I was the bully. And then there were periods in my life where, again, I was being bullied. And now I'm a person who's, you know, taken the opportunity to work on myself and, you know, not live in fear, you know, understand what it's like to establish boundaries amongst different types of relationships, whether it's intimate, personal, professional, you know, knowing boundaries and not being afraid to establish those boundaries where people can't hurt me or bully me or take advantage. And, you know, where I have self-respect, where I can respect people and not be the bully as well, you know what I mean? Because it comes both ways. Bully most times was bully, and the bully in turns. So it's just a cycle. And I think what's so bad about it, the worst part of all is that it's the internet. Now the whole wide world can, you know,
and it can be controlled.
Exactly.
You're bullied at school. You know, teachers are there sometimes to interfere. Online, teachers don't have access to remove content that's being put up. And it is very difficult. A lot of kids are building these websites where they just attack one another. It's ridiculous. Yeah,
they make MySpace and Facebook pages.
Oh,
I remember I was bullied on MySpace. Actually, I wasn't hurt, you know. I just laughed, like.
Yeah.
I just laughed.
You had that strength, you know what I mean? Not everyone has it.
Yeah.
For example, Tyler Clementi, the student who jumped off of the
committed suicide,
over that internet. That's crazy. So things like that, like, I want to put a stop to it. I want to, you know, use my gift to voice my feelings and, you know, take a stand against it. So I'll whatever I'm passionate about, whatever I believe in, and I put to that paper, then I'm going to talk about it. And that's something that I think is a problem now. If we can nip that in the bud, because the opposite message of what I'm bringing, the opposite of bully is show love, you know what I mean? So it's nothing but love. Once we get people to understand that love is all we need, then we'll be great.
And that's an amazing message. Now listen, Mikey, I want you to put some music on. We'll come back.
No, wait a minute. I want to hear freestyle.
You want somebody to spit?
Every time I have an artist who's a rapper, I always want to hear freestyle. If you want, only if you want.
I would drop something.
So
I don't mind.
If you down to drop something, you're from Brooklyn. I'm gonna give you a Brooklyn beat right now, and we're gonna record this.
Okay.
So let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh. Alright, nice. Let me get a little volume on that, DJ. Let me, you know what I'll do? How about I try to define myself for you?
Perfect.
Yeah. I'm the core concept of anything that will ever be. I'm substance. Relatively speaking, I am everything that could be, would be, anything that probably could match up to me. You must contain all of my properties. I don't change, I'm constant. If you check my content, babbling ain't what I do. I don't come with no nonsense. The bare particular or nothing will exist. If you ain't got substance, you ain't got. I'm not abstract, I'm concrete. Inverse to your beliefs. We can take it to the streets. If you want to come with beef conception, take it from the center of my essence. Hip hop is in the drought, so I am supplying refreshments. Taste it. Your money and your time have all been wasted. The entity I bring brings the game right back to the basics. Tributes to the pioneers. I am here, making sure this game don't flip-flop. That real effing hip-hop. Come on. Yeah.
Yo, that was fire. That was fire.
Thanks.
I ain't even gonna front. That was fire. Was that off the dome?
Nah, that wasn't off
That was
the dome.
off the dome.
That was something I keep in my back pocket for you.
That was good. That was good. I like that. I like that. Yo, Substance is in the building. Land Fixation.
Nice. Let me give a shout out real quick.
Dale pa' allá, dale pa' allá. This is your show.
Listen, I got to shout out Crystal right here. Never leave home without her. She's the one singing on the hook to the Wiz In Me. Got to shout out my brother, the greatest producer on earth, J Keys. You can follow him at I Am J Keys at everything. Right now he got a single that's rocking. It should be out, I know we're shooting a video next month, but he got the single out with Wale. He produces for everybody. My brother's going in right now. So I Am J Keys, the great I Am J Keys. Check him out. But yeah, that's my TWIM team right there. We making moves independently, but we making major moves. Pretty excited about that.
And that's great. It's actually good that you have somebody in the family that's willing to back you up and support you.
That's
and
right.
Be the backbone, because the producers basically the backbone to every artist.
Yes.
Listen, you know, so shout out to the producers, man.
The butter to my bread right there.
Scarlett quería hablar de algo. You wanted to talk about something when you got
Oh,
mad.
yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Kind of spaced out. I'm here Instagramming. Make sure to follow
Oh, yeah,
us.
deja tu vaina de shy, deja tu vaina.
Don't let me, leave me alone.
Deja tu vaina.
Anyways, make sure to follow us on our Fixation, Instagram, Facebook, and WCWP on Twitter.
Ya tu sabes.
We're actually shooting the TWIM video, the Wiz In Me, the anti-bully video. As soon as we get the green light, I'll have the date because I'm inviting my fancy people who've been subscribing to me, right? So I'm inviting people to come to the video shoot. We're gonna have a ton of TWIM t-shirts. You're gonna see everybody rocking TWIM t-shirts. I got my partner, 3189. Got the t-shirts, we cross branding, so we're doing some really good things. This anti-bully movement is really working out.
Okay. Listen, I don't know if you know, but I have a small company, Scarvita, so hopefully we could talk,
Yes.
see what Scarvita could do to help out the school.
Nice.
You know, we are based out of New York, New Jersey, photo and video event services, all that stuff.
Well, it's always a pleasure to have you here. I hope
Yes.
you come back.
Yes.
You know, I got a hip hop show on Mondays that I would love for you to be there.
I'm coming.
You know, so
Say the word, I'm here.
Tato, so we're gonna maintain in contact. You know. Bueno, mi gente, sad to say, but llegó la hora de decir adios.
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 I'm kind of sad, man. I was having fun. I was jamming. I'm looking at the time. I'm like, damn, I've had 5 minutes.
We'll be here next Wednesday,
Yeah.
9 to
going in.
midnight.
Next Wednesday's gonna be turned up.
Now, before we say goodbye, I want Substance to let everyone know where they could find her music, where they could follow her, stay up to date to all your up-and-coming projects.
No doubt, no doubt. You can check out my website, www.hollaforreal. That's HOLLAFORREAL, Holla For Real. You can get my music on there. You can find out when my next shows are, all my upcoming events. I'm giving away free merchandise, everything on hollaforreal.com. You can follow me on any social media network at It's Subtime, ITSSUBTIME. It's Subtime. Hashtag TWIM, and I'll give you a video freestyle shout out.
All right.
Ya tu sabes. Make sure you follow her.
All right, guys. Till la próxima. Next Wednesday, right here, WCWP.
We at zero tolerance for the nonsense and the incompetence.